Hi, here we are for tourtechtv, and we're just down here on the digidesign stand to look at the new sc48. We're here with Sheldon Radford. Sorry, we're here with Sheldon Radford, and he's going to run through this new toy for us.
Thanks for stopping by here. So this is the UK debut of the sc48. So the Venue sc48 is the new console in our Venue line of products. It's the most compact, the most affordable console that we've ever designed, and it is new to us in that we've built all of the processing, all of the control into a single compact control surface. So drop right in, plug your analog multi-core in, and away you go. It has all of the same sonic qualities of our Venue products. We've also made sure that the way you work on the console is very common, not just how it sounds, but how you work, to the point that the software that runs on the console is the exact same software that runs on all of our consoles. So you're able to take a file created on any one of our consoles and easily port it over and load it onto the console. So whatever console shows up at the gig, you've got a show file and away you go.
Right, so
it's kind of key importance there.
If you've been working on any of the other Venue products, this won't be anything too difficult for you to get involved with.
Pardon?
So if you've been working on any of the other Venue products, this is exactly the same kind of...
Exactly, yeah, absolutely. So it looks like part of the family, feels like part of the family, and more importantly, the software is exactly the same. So you learn it once, and you can carry that knowledge over to all of the products. Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the challenges, of course, is to fit a bunch of stuff into as small a package as possible. So that's really the challenge with the sc48. We wanted to fit 48 mic pre's into it. We wanted to fit up to 32 outputs into it. We wanted to fit a comprehensive bus structure into it. And we wanted it all to be as compact and as affordable as possible. So to do that, we've gone with a 16 fader input section. So you do have traditional fader banks the way you have in most digital consoles, but we've got a couple of tricks that we'll show you in just a second that help you navigate the mix a little bit faster and a little bit more efficiently. So 16 input faders, we have the 8 output faders. This is where your aux masters, VCAs, really all your master faders happen. And then the top of the console is really the selected channel portion of the console. Selected channel will have access to all of the parameters. This is new to our console, and this is a new concept to our console. This is the channel control section. And what this is, it's all of the controls that you need to adjust all of the built-in channel processing, as well as some of the plugins. So this is where you'll have access to your EQ section. So there are your 8 color-coded encoders accessing all of your EQ parameters. Blue is for compressors, yellow is for gate, and other colors for the aux ends as well. So with just these 8 controls, you can get at all of the parameters that you need to adjust your mix. In addition to having dedicated sections for each processing function, there's a user assignable button. And this is the 8 parameters that are most important to you as an operator.
Oh, great.
So you can take any 8 parameters on the console, map them down in any combination. You see the multicolor indication there saying I've got an EQ there, I've got a pan function there, I've got a couple of key aux ends there, maybe a reverb and a lead vocal mix, compressor threshold, gate threshold, and a couple bands of EQ.
So this might win over some of the old Luddites like myself.
Well, exactly.
From Analog World.
The whole point is the 8 things that you want to get at in a hurry, and it gives you that muscle memory of knowing that's where my mix is at all times.
So you've got the main man right there in front of you whenever you need to grab hold of something.
Yes, and more importantly, we have a fader for the main man. That's the flex channel, which is also a new feature on this console. So we have a channel in the center called the flex channel, and what it allows you to do is to pick any channel on the console. Let's just pick the lead singer because he pays the bill at the end of the night. And I click double press, and you've now latched that channel. You see how it's mirroring the channel right now. So I've essentially got remote control of the lead singer's channel. What allows me to change banks, go to other sections of the console, but I still have control of the lead singer. So that is the single, whatever the most important channel to me is, as the mixer, is always on the top layer of the console in the flex channel position, right where you want it in the middle of the console. The last new feature on this console is going to be a feature called VCA Spill, and really that's about bringing the mix to you instead of you going and finding the mix. And what I mean by that is when you use subgroups and VCAs, you group things in logical ways, the way that you think about a mix, and that really becomes the building blocks of your mix.
Yep.
Drums, bass, acoustic instruments, keyboards, guitars, etc. And so take advantage of that by the VCA spill feature, which allows you to double press a VCA and have the faders automatically become the channels that are assigned to that VCA. So here I've taken all of the drum channels and I've brought them right to the top of the console. So rather than go looking for the hi-hat, I'll bring the hi-hat to me using the VCA spill.
So it's a simple just double click on the...
It's a double click. Now once I'm in this spill mode, I can select any other VCA and you see it changing to the different instruments in that VCA. There's all my vocals in one layer. Quick and easy to get into. If I want to get out, I can just press again. I can select any other fader bank, and that automatically returns me to my main mix. But really, once you start mixing this way, you're going to find that that's the fastest way to get around on a console.
You're never going to get back. So the input structure on this is 48 channels in analog?
Yep, 48 analog, fully recallable, remote controlled mic pre's.
And digital input options for this?
There are some digital inputs on the back for things like 2-track inputs. There are some digital inputs on the back of the console as well in the basic configuration.
Okay.
In addition, there's a FireWire port built into every console, and that FireWire port provides a direct connection to Pro Tools LE. So here we've just got a Mac sitting on top of the console, FireWire cable straight out into the Mac, and now we're able to record and play back directly into Pro Tools LE. Bring those channels in, fully patchable in the patch bay in terms of what you want to record and where you want to take those signals from, and then bring them back into the console, and you can do a virtual sound check just by playing back the pre-recorded sources right on the console.
That's a handy feature.
That is a handy feature, yes. Just like all of our consoles, the console runs TDM plugins, so all of the plugins that are used on Pro Tools run on the console. Plugins from Digidesign as well as about 100 of our development partners. And those partners are companies like TC Electronic, Waves, Eventide, Drummer, companies that you're familiar with, their outboard processing. All of those plugins run on this console as well, as they do on all of our consoles.
So I can just strip those right out of my Pro Tools rig? Take
them right out of It's it's not emulations of those. It's the exact same plugins that they're using to record the hit records run right on the console. Yeah, so this console is Pro Tools LE, but our other systems will connect to Pro Tools LE or Pro Tools HD. So with our other systems, you can record up to 128 tracks straight out of the console, straight into a computer equipped with the Pro Tools cards, and not need any additional mic splits, any additional preamps, peripherals. Really, the console becomes a 128 channel interface into the recording system. And, we've had quite a few DVDs and live concert films, and this has become the mobile recording system for Paul McCartney and U2 have both done some recent work just using this as the recording platform.
So the poor front of house guy is now the recording engineer as well.
He is, and if he's wise, he bills for that.
Yeah, I'll have to get some advice on how that's going to work, but anyway, that's another day.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah. It's a very compact console, so in comparison to its bigger brother. What kind of weight is this? Is it easy two-man lift? Or?
It's about, doing some quick conversions here, it's about 50 kilos, just over 110 pounds.
One medium-sized roadie?
It is.
Very good.
A couple of people could easily bust this up.
And the option cards for this, what are we talking about?
So it's pretty much fixed. The options are available are more on the output expansion side. So it comes with 16 analog outputs. You can add an additional 16 analog outputs, or you can add an option card that gives you both AES EBU and analog outputs as well.
So we're moving more to the Avid side, I suppose. Is there any features that benefits video production alongside doing the audio production on this desk, or is it more part of its bigger brothers?
Not that we're showing here today, but
watch this space.
See you next year.
Okay. Well, look, thanks Sheldon, I really appreciate your time, and thanks for walking us through the SC48. Interesting product. Thanks.